In the meantime, there are reports that Russia is asking China for military equipment to use in its invasion of Ukraine, a request that has heightened tensions about the ongoing war. This comes ahead of the meeting in Rome between top aides for the U.S. and Chinese governments. In advance of those talks, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warned China to avoid helping Russia evade punishment from global sanctions that have hammered the economy. Mr. Sullivan adds that the United States says China will face harsh consequences if it aids Russia in its invasion of Ukraine. And back in Ukraine, residents of Kherson have been demonstrating against Russia's invasion of the country. That was, of course, yesterday, while sounds of heavy gunfire rattled through the streets. Wearing Ukrainian flags and chanting, "Go home," the residents confronted a Russian military convoy displaying the symbol Z. In a video obtained by Reuters, gunfire erupted as the protesters marched through the streets, while several military vehicles passed in the opposite direction. On Saturday, the deputy head of Kherson's local council had said Russia is planning a pseudo-independence referendum in the town. Russian forces captured Kherson following the start of the invasion on February the 24th. All right, in Kherson itself, there is a Nigerian, Jerry Kenny, who joins us now virtually for more. Good morning, Jerry. Thank you for your time and for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to reach out to the people of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
My first question to you is, what are you still doing in Kherson?
That question is not a question of choice, that we choose to stay here in Kherson. We've tried all our possible means individually to evacuate Kherson, but to no avail. So during the process, our life was at risk, which it was something that was seen by everybody, and we have to take cover, go back because of the crossfire, and also to avoid stray bullet. So everybody knows what happened in Kherson, as you just display. That's life. It's not a movie. And for us to stay safe for now, while we wait for the government to do the necessary thing for the Green Corridor, we need to take cover. That's why we are still here, waiting for the government intervention.
Now, you are president of the International Students' Union in Kherson, and that means that you are in charge of your colleagues from various parts of the world, shall we say, but in particular, our fixation, of course, is with Nigerians. How are you guys coping given the situation there? Because Kherson is now under Russian control, and that makes it slightly different from other cities. The last time I spoke to you on this program, it wasn't under Russian control fully then. It was under attack, but it wasn't under control of Russian forces. What's different now?
Okay, now we are not allowed to gain exits. That's the Green Corridor, because it has been captured by the Russians. So they are preventing the Ukrainian armies invasions. So that's why there's no Green Corridor. And moreover, the bombing, the sounds, and the explosion is really, really terrible. And now, in terms of no provisions, medical aids are limited because they attend to the casualties in the hospitals first, because they are taken as the priority. So for you that are getting sick with cold, some little things that can transfer to something else, then you have no options than to stay indoor and look for possible means to help yourself in terms of treatment. It has been a very terrible situation, and I've been doing this all alone until 2 days back, where some NGOs contacted me, because I stopped receiving calls from people, because everybody just call you. They ask for how you doing, when you know the situation is critical, and nobody's doing anything. So for now, I would say there's some improvement in terms of the people that are coming in board to see how they can evacuate us here from Kherson, because most of the Nigerian students, like 6 of them, are sick as we speak, and I take care of their welfare to ensure they are fine, not with the help of anybody, but with the help of God and my little strength that I have to render. So as at this week, we have some development. Minister of Foreign Affairs, that's Godfrey Onyema, called me, and he gave us hope that very soon we will evacuate us from Kherson. He said he spoke to some bodies. Also have Ambassador Abdullah. Why I'm mentioning their names is this. Most people call us and nothing is being done. So I'm calling these names. So if we are still here, I think they should be held responsible because they gave us hope. So I want to know if it's a false hope or they are doing something possible for us to go out of here. A lot of them, Ambassador Abdullah Shehu in Moscow also reached out to me. Ambassador Akiremi Bolaji from Abuja also reached out to me. Ambassadors in Poland and Representative Mr. Kingsley from Romania. And we have other international bodies coming in because the situation now is very, very critical. Ambassador Chibuzo Onyebunov, that's the NIDO, the Europe ambassador representative for the former assistant secretary NIDO UK. He spoke to me, and Ambassador Rex Usinowo also called me. That's the NIDO as well. He's the chairman and board of members for former chairman of NIDO Russia. So Bim Oluwa Suna also called me. That's NIDO Europe ambassador, representative and assistant secretary to NIDO UK. So
I'm sorry to cut in, Jerry, but all these diplomats that you're talking about, they all promised to step in. I mean, starting with the foreign affairs minister all the way down, they've all promised to step in to the matter. But from what we have heard about situations like this, there's very little, it seems, that they can do except you and your colleagues can get to the border. Now, because Russia is in control of Kherson, and from what you've just explained, that is next to impossible currently. In fact, yesterday, the report is that there was a shelling very near to where you were staying, to your residence. So it's becoming tough here now, isn't it?
Yes, very correct. Very correct. So I sent a video to the UK. I sent a video to some bodies, and I tell them if they can get this out to people that can see this. I also recorded my voice for them to know how critical it is. When we come online, they think we are joking. They think we are just trying to make out something, oh, they are safe because they are still having skin in them. But what I'm telling the Nigerians is this. We can talk now. We can speak out now. That's why we are speaking. When these people are down, nobody will speak. So I'm doing this not because I'm NGO. I'm also a student as well. So I took the responsibility to ensure that everybody is out of Kherson. So I've been talking to a lot of bodies, and I wish I get help. But sometimes when you see people call you, they give you hope, and nothing is happening. So it's really, really terrible. For you to know how it is, when these guys were sick, I have to risk and go out to get them pills, because after the doctor checked them, they found out that, okay, they are really, really suffering from cold. So I took that responsibility. I went out, risking my life. That's to let the Nigerians know how terrible it is. This place we are, they are ready to help, but there's little supply of medications, and they can check you and they tell you, okay, this is what to get. How will you get those things when they don't have supply? So demand is much and supply is little. So I don't know what to say again. And
what will you be asking for right now? Because what I had said previously is that most of the Nigerian diplomats who have spoken have said that except the Nigerians or the Nigerian students in your case get to either the Polish, Hungarian, or Romanian borders, there's very little they can do. From the description you've given now, it's next to impossible to leave Kherson safely now. So what is it that the Nigerian officials who are listening to you now, including all those that you have listed, starting with the Foreign Affairs Minister, what exactly is it that they can do to get you out of Kherson?
Okay, I've been able to speak with the some mayor of Kherson and some. I approached. I think last week I approached the commandant in charge of Kherson. So I spoke to him actually. So what he told me is this. He said this issue is from the top. You know what it means? He said we need to communicate that so that when we are approaching, they will know there's a formal ceasefire. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the government need to liaise with the Russian people and also the Ukrainian people. They will come in agreement for a ceasefire. So once this is done, we know we are safe. The next thing for us to do is to try and evacuate during that period of time. So because I've been able to get the numbers of people, I have not only Nigerians in my stuff that's outside, but I came in to speak for the Nigerians in my custody. You understand? So I'm working with international bodies as well. So once they can come in, anybody that can come in, I will try all my possible best to ensure that all students are safe. But now there is little to be done. So all these people need to come in contact with the Russian and the Ukrainian for them to cease fire. Without that, I'm not sure there is anything we can do for now to escape.
All right, then, Jerry Kenny. Of course, I'm sure that many of the officials you've listed are listening once again. And in all probability, they're already taking action in this regard. But war situations, as you probably now know, are very difficult to meander through. But we wish you the very best, as always. Please stay safe. You will get out of there eventually. That's my conviction. So please stay safe until that happens. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for giving me a listening ear. Thank you very much.